Your hands are up, so don't bring your jab down before you jab. You have a good straight. It's nice. But this right here is not something you should do, because you're now swinging blindly. You're feinting your right, and then you're doing a leaping flick jab. After you throw your straight, you leave yourself wide open for a counter. And that's exactly what he attempts to do. Now you're doing a leaping left hook. Because you're so open, you get countered by the straight. You start your leaping hooks with your weight on your back leg. It's actually the opposite around. After throwing the right hand, you leave yourself with your hands down, open again for a counter. I don't know why you do this, but this is a terrible boxing technique. Retrain your right hooks. I think you're attempting what Canelo does, but it's just not right in technique. And then with your lead hook, you can see your weight is on your rear leg. And when you throw it, it's off the ground. It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to load that front leg and then throw it. Load the front and then throw the leaping hook. My weight is on the back, right? Transfer to the front, throw the hook. Back to the rear. From the back to the front, throw the hook. I really don't like this leaping flick jab that you do. But a jab here was correct because you measured and then you were able to land. It's much better than doing this before throwing the punch. Measure with the jab and then you can throw it. Here you're pressuring. And as you're close in range, you can throw any punch you want. Any of them. And it looks great. And then you cover back up. That's good stuff. You measure with the jab and then you're able to throw. You see? You should never rest on the ropes like this. And your shell is too square. You have to be at an angle. You should catch those front punches with your shoulder, not your glove. And this is what I'm talking about. You leave that and go right to your natural strength, which is, you see, you pressure and then you're able to throw all your punches when you're within range. That's when you look the best. Here you're able to land. But he took a step back and then you missed. You'll notice you throw punches before knowing the range. This is just one example, but if your opponent had a good, strong jab, he would be able to jab you and keep you back just like that. Here's another example. All he has to do is reach his arm out, take a step back, and both of your uppercut and your hook miss. Now this is exactly what I do, which is that jab he does in this scenario actually was effective. Because you see how you threw your punch and it was way short. Again, you have to remember this is long range. So the straight is a long range punch. It's going to beat the uppercut. Another example of if you just put your jab hand out, measure, you see, you're swinging at air. You're not hitting him. Here you threw a hook from long range as he's retreating. You were never going to hit him. That's not a long range punch. But you could have set it up with your jab hand and it probably would have landed.